Hi dear students, good afternoon. So we have a very good question in front of you. So this is very important. So I will try to first read the question and then I'll explain the answer in detail. Okay. So the question given here is a ship A is moving westwards with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour and there is another ship B 100 kilometer south of A is moving northwards with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. Okay, the time after which the distance between them becomes the shortest. So we need to find out the time at which this becomes shortest actually. Oh, okay. So how can you explain the scenario of this question? Okay. So for you to understand, I have explained it. Let me explain that in detail. So you can see here, this is the direction window I am showing here. Okay. So you can see here, this is the east direction, this is the north, and this is the west, and this is the south. Okay, so here one of the ship is moving in the westward direction. So I have drawn a ship here, that is my ship A. You can see here, this is my ship A, and that is moving in the west direction with 10 kilometer per hour. Okay, now they talk about another ship B. Okay, so this is another ship B, and they are telling this is present, or this is moving in what direction? Northward direction. Okay, so it is moving in this direction. Okay, so and this is 100 kilometers from A, so that's why it is 100 kilometers. I have shown here, this distance is 100 kilometer, and this is moving in the upward direction towards this one with a speed that is same as the other one, that is 10 kilometer per hour. So this is the explanation of this question. So to understand this, what is happening here? Okay, now what the examiner is asking here is, this guy will move with 10 kilometer per hour in this direction, and this guy will move with 10 kilometer per hour in this direction. A time comes after some time t, they are asking like after what time the distance between these ships will become the shortest actually. So we know that this will move in this direction. Okay, maybe up to this point it will move, and this will be moving up to this much distance, and I can say this will be the shortest distance. So let us assume that after t hours, the distance between the two ships is the shortest. Okay, let us assuming that. Now let's say after t time, what is the distance moved? Okay, so the distance traveled by the ship A after t second. We know that distance is equal to speed into time. So the speed is given 10 kilometer per hour and time is t hours, we are assuming. So we will cancel this h here. So this will become 10 t kilometers. Similarly, what is the case of ship B? The ship B is also traveling for a time t. So it is also traveling with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So again, distance is equal to speed into time. So we are getting 10 t kilometer. So both of them might have traveled a distance of 10 into t kilometer after the time t. Now for you to understand little more better, I am giving this diagram. So this diagram clearly shows that, okay, listen, this diagram shows that this is the initial position of the ship B. Okay, this is the initial position of the ship B, and this is the initial position of the ship A. Okay, now after time t, it is covering a distance of 10 t kilometers, and now its final position is this one. Okay, its final position is this one, and for ship A, this is the final position. Now we are assuming that this distance is the shortest distance. Okay, after time t, we are saying that the distance will become the shortest. So we need to calculate this distance. This is what they are asking for the exam. Okay, now we know that the total distance initially between these two ships were 100 kilometer. Now it has traveled already 10 t kilometer. Already it has traveled 10 t kilometer. Now what is remaining? 100 minus 10 t. That is the remaining distance, or this distance I can tell it as 100 minus 10 t, and this distance we know 10 t kilometer. Okay, and this is what we need to find it out. Now we will resize this diagram in another way in the form of a right angled triangle. We know this is 10 t kilometer, and this is the distance d we need to calculate, and this is 100 minus 10 t kilometer. Okay, now how to find out this distance d? So we know that it is a right angle triangle, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem here, and we say hypotenuse, this is the hypotenuse side or the longest side, hypotenuse, or the side opposite to 90 degree. So d square is equal to 10t square plus 100 minus 10t the whole square. Now comes the most important part of this question. They are telling this distance is the shortest distance or the minimum distance between them. Okay, they are telling the minimum distance between them. So if you want to find this as the minimum distance, we know that we can apply the concept of maxima and minima. So if you want this distance to be minimum, then we say that the first differential of that particular distance d square should be equal to 0. This is the condition for maxima and minima. You might have learned maxima and minima in max. So which states if you want this to be minimum, then the first differential of this one should be equal to 0. So I am taking that condition, d by dt, the d square is equal to 0. We already know d square is equal to 10t square. Okay, you can see that 10t square plus 100 minus 10t the whole square. I am substituting that. Okay, now I need to do the differentiation of this, and this is equal to 0. RHS I am maintaining it same like that. Okay, now you are differentiating that, so I am just splitting up d by dt of 10t square, okay, plus d by dt of 100 minus 10t the whole square equal to 0. So on differentiating this is a function. So on differentiating this, we know that first time we need to differentiate 10 is a constant. So we can say 10t square. On differentiating this will become what actually? We know that first we need to differentiate this one. So 2 into 10t into what it will come on differentiation of 10t, it will become 10. This is called function of a function. Okay, so we can say this is 2 into 10t into 10. And similarly on differentiating this the part that is present here is a function. Okay, so here also I need to put that this is a function. Okay, this is a function. I can put it in bracket, then this will become clear for you. So it should be like this, then it is meaningful. Okay, this is not 10t square, then it will get into wrong. Students will think 10 you can take outside, sir, and then differentiate t square. Not like that. This 10t the whole square it is. Correct? You can see here you are applying square to the entire side. This side entire, let me say this is my O. Let me say this is my origin O. So this entire part OA square, that means 10t the whole square it should be. Okay, it should be 10t the whole square. I am correcting it. Okay, 10t the whole square. Then only it is a function. Okay, now we are differentiating it. You can say 2 into this particular function into differential of 10t. 10t is 10. That is how it is coming. Okay, now similarly here also 100 minus 10t the whole square, the whole thing. So first time I am differentiating with this, so 2 into this one, so 2 into this one into differential of this one. So differential of constant is 100 is 0, differential of minus 10t is minus 10. That is how it is coming. It's called function of a function. Okay, I will explain that also with an example after this. So this will become 200t minus this 2 into minus 10 is minus 20 into 100 minus 100t. So if you are taking this on the right hand side, this will become, this can be cancelled off. Okay, you can cancel this one. So 20 here also you can cancel with the 20. If you cancel it, this will become what? This will become 10 then. Okay, so the whole equation will become like 10t is equal to 100 minus 10t. So if you are taking it here, 20t will become equal to 100, and I can say t is equal to 5 hours. That is the correct answer. So I can say the answer for this question is a very good question. So the answer for this one, I can mark it as what actually? Tell me, sir. So the answer for this question is 5 hours. Okay. Okay, I hope the question is clear for you. So function of a function is very important. So let me also explain that maybe little with one more example, so for you to understand. So let me say I'm differentiating a function that is called, let me increase the, okay, I am differentiating d by dt of a function. That function is, let me say 2t minus 10 the whole square. Now if I want to differentiate such a function, what you will do, first you need to differentiate, consider this 2t minus 10. Okay, I will explain that with the steps. Consider okay, I will rub this. Okay, consider, let us assume, okay, let okay, 2t minus 10 is equal to, I will assume that as t. Okay, this is how we will do in max. Okay, some students might be knowing it, those who already know function of a function, but I'm explaining it for you to get a clear clarity. So let us assume this as a capital or capital T. Okay, let it be t also, no issues. It's a variable thing like that. So I can rewrite this as d by dt of t square. So tell me what is the differential of this one. I know that this is 2 into this will come 2t, it will come. Okay, now this 2t means it is actually 2t minus 10. So here you need to again replace that with 2t minus 10. Now comes, this is inside is a function, actually inside this one is also a function of t. Then again you need to differentiate d by dt of 2t minus 10. This is how we do function of a function. So what it will come, this will come as 2 into 2t minus 10. Differential of this one, 2 into 2 is 2 actually, differential of 10 is 0. So this is what you will get actually. So 4 into 2t minus 10 you will get. Actually this sum has no relation with this question. For you to understand function of a function, I am explaining this. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Okay, there is it's very easy. The only thing you need to focus, if it's a function of a function, you need to first differentiate the entire function, then go inside and again differentiate it. Okay, so if you have liked the explanation, please subscribe the channel. You will get more physics question with a detailed explanation. Thank you.